guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're watching X-Men 97. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are watching episode 3 of X-Men 97, and Patreon did instruct me to watch a recap video for the animated series, and thank God I did, because I watched it when I was like 12, something like that, you know, and I don't think I ever got to the end of it, so I don't even know how the series ended. I just remember really liking Cyclops when I was a little girl. He had my heart. But what I'm glad I watched it, because what I would say is the blank that it filled in at the right time for me was, one, I have to stop expecting Charles to pop out from, you know, every little nook and cranny. It's just like, it's Charles, he's still alive. Like, he's not, he's gone. He's not necessarily dead, but it's probably nearly impossible for him to come back. Magneto could have taken over the world, and because of his love for Charles, he didn't. And in the last episode, he could have had mass destruction. Instead, he saved lives, and it was a great day for the mutants, but it was a horrible day for the mutants because of Storm losing her power, and that was devastating to me. That was very emotional for me, especially her saying, I can't feel the breeze. Like, you know, her environment's an extension of herself, so her not being able to sense that is like losing a big piece of her. Obviously, I think anytime you have a mutant power and you lose it, you don't know really how to function as a normal human. And, you know, she's probably on a journey to go do that. Now, when that happens, there's a ring at the doorbell, and, you know, Morph's like, oh, here she is. She's back. She's not going to stay away. And it's Jean. And it's either Jean that traveled through time, or it is a clone of Jean. And after watching the recap, I don't know what to think. Because I knew Cyclops was Cable's father because of Deadpool, and everyone commenting on Cable being Cyclops' son. Did I say that wrong? I don't know if I said that backwards just now. But anyways, Cyclops is Cable's father. But their boy that they just had, Nathan, I don't know if that baby becomes Cable, or if this clone of Jean, or this time traveler of Jean, this duplicate of Jean, because in the comics it is a clone of Jean that is the mother of Cable. So we might just be meeting the mother of Cable, and Nathan might be completely just Nathan. I don't know. So I was like, ooh, what a great time for me to watch that recap, because I would have been so confused. And I didn't really think that when Jean was pregnant that she was pregnant with Cable, because I don't think I knew at the time who Cable's mother was, and I don't know. It's not like, you know, Wolverine popped out of the womb and they were like, Wolverine, like, you know, he's Logan. So it's not like they were going to be like Cable instead of Nathan. So I think it's kind of up in the air who the baby is, mutant power-wise, until we find out. Like, if he's like a baby and then he goes zoop, and then he comes back in and he's a teenager, it's like, oh, it's Cable, he's a time traveler. Okay, gotcha. I don't know. I can't wait to get into this episode because of that, and the mystery of not knowing whether or not Nathan will be Cable, because I don't know what Cable's actual name is. I don't know what his real name is. So maybe it is, and everyone was freaking out at the end of episode 2. They were like, oh my God. And I'm like, oh, his middle name is Charles. That's so beautiful. And everyone else could be like, it's Cable. I don't know. I think that this is like kind of the problem that I have with some of like the Marvel series and Star Wars series, is that there's so much back stuff that you have to watch that you miss important information in the new stuff, or there's stuff you don't know, or there's Easter eggs, or there's throwbacks, or there's just things that, like, if you watched Clone Wars from beginning to end and you remembered every single factoid about that, and then you go and watch The Bad Batch, that you're just like, haha, I know all the facts. And me, I feel stupid when people like are in the comments going, actually. And it's very few that do that, but I also kind of was like, oh God, this is why I was nervous about watching this, is because of how much I didn't remember and didn't know. And I just want to sit here and have a good time, but I also like don't like feeling stupid. So I'll educate myself when needed, for sure. But definitely with the story with Storm, you know, with the baby, with Jean and Scott wanting to leave, and you know, with Rogue and Magneto having a thing, and I don't want Gambit hurt, and Jubilee and Roberto kind of becoming friends, and you know, Beast being Beast, wherever Beast is. I don't think we had Morph a little bit during the fight in the last episode, but I don't know if we had Bishop. Gosh. I was just like, Rook, Knight, what is his name? Bishop. We didn't have anything with him really. So, you know, nothing with Master Mold, nothing that was... The biggest thing I would say is Storm and Jean. That was huge. So going into this next episode, if they don't explain, oh gosh, maybe I should... I don't know, because I don't want to ruin the rest of the series. All right, guys, I'm going to do something I don't normally do. I'm going to say Cable, X-Men. How did I misspell men? Real name. Nathan Christopher Charles Summers. You guys were freaking out when that was said, weren't you? I know I just spoiled something for myself. But going into this episode knowing that information, I feel such an empowerment. Oh, I am so excited to see where this goes. Guys, I'm not going to delay it any further. Let's get into it. I never get tired of it. I'm going to turn it up. Question, did they take Storm out of the opening? I wasn't really paying attention because I was jamming. That's heartbreaking if they did that. Rude. Give us Jean. Tell us all about this Jean.
Her mind is dense, vague and uncertain memories, as if her awareness was born only yesterday.
Oh, like a clone. Oh, who was that?
Are you all right?
I'm fine, Scott. But who she is remains a mystery.
Clone.
Well, let's call this mystery gal in the bed Jean Doe. All in favor?
Words will fail to prepare you, but the Jean that lies on this couch would appear to be the actual Jean Grey.
What do you mean, the actual Jean Grey?
I used gamma rays to isolate the hemoglobic properties of both genes' genetic markers, effectively carbon dating each woman on a cellular level.
Same person.
Jean Doe is older, the proper age. Yours, while identical, is not.
What? Wait.
Ergo,
Our Jean is a clone.
Cable's mother is a clone. Oh.
the science is sound.
But I have memories. Her mind, it's just fragments. Your science could have been manipulated by someone with wicked intentions. Scott, tell them.
Oh, how heartbreaking. Scott?
Scott?
Beast, confirm your tests.
Enough tests! I am Jean Grey, member of the X-Men. I fought by your side in countless battles. You know me.
You guys, they're both Jean.
We just have to be sure.
Storm would have believed me.
Oh. Man, okay. So she's the clone. The mother of Nathan. The mother of Cable.
I can take him.
He's fine.
Ooh.
These tests won't change the fact that I'm Nathan's mother.
It's very true.
I need you to trust me. Trust the life we were going to build.
Of course I trust that. In us.
You never could lie to me, Scott.
Ooh.
But you always believed in me.
I don't know what to believe right now.
Yeah, I wouldn't know what to do in this situation. This scenario.
Jean.
Whoa.
Jean Grey.
Whoa.
Are you Jean?
Hello? Who's there?
Answers.
Was that the diamond thing in his forehead guy?
You said in your future, you hadn't heard of Magneto taking over the X-Men.
Time isn't some history book, man. It's always writing.
Yeah.
Flipping back a few pages, skipping forward, headed into...
Oh, my stars and garters.
What?
Scott, you have to get Nathan.
Hank, what's wrong?
I know who cloned Jean. A man so dark and twisted he can be described as nothing other than sinister.
Oh,
I don't understand.
yes.
Who are you?
The recap.
Most refer to me as Mr. Sinister.
Yeah.
You and your son are meant for so much more. Let me show you.
Never. Kidnapping us, running your science experiments just so you could use our genes to create... You want our son, Nathan.
Yeah, protect that baby with your life.
That's why I need you. Baked you.
Baked you.
I'm not Jean Grey.
Oh,
Come to me. Only I can usher you and your son to your royal destiny.
You'll come nowhere near my son.
thank you, girl.
Every cell in you belongs to me. Your mind, your body. You have no choice. Time to wake up, my queen. My influence over your mind is flawless.
Oh! Oh, watch out! Oh my god. But is it her memory or the original's memory? Oh god.
Mommy's busy.
Losing her mind. Oh, Jean is always so powerful. When she said Storm would have understood, Storm would understand this right now, losing her identity.
They shall know my inferno.
That is amazing. That is amazing. I'm so excited.
Looks like Magneto and Rogue have the Danger Room next. Oh, and all tomorrow too. Wow. Rogue's really training her stamina with the new boss.
Whoa.
Don't say that. Stay on patrol.
It just keeps going.
Go easy on him, pal. Think you just sent his hush puppies up into his stomach. Hit the shower. I'm gonna go see about a redhead. Well, one of them.
One of them. At least one of them.
And then there was Morph.
Left to themselves. Also, Sinister.
That you, Gambit? Logan? One too many redheads for you.
Is that who that is?
Always with the jokes, eh, Morph? As if I don't know.
Is Jean doing this?
As if we all don't know.
The, I don't know what we call her now. Sister Sinister? Is that what her name is?
Swamp with the rest of them nasty thieving critters running. I found myself a real man. A hero.
Oh, this is fantastic! Whoa! The horror vibe is amazing!
No, not you. Not again.
Oh!
This can't be good.
Whoa. Whoa!
Failed to sire a child with the proper wife. Naughty, naughty!
You abandoned me, Bishop. When is your time? Where you belong.
You're not real!
Wow.
Don't look at me, Michael!
Oh boy, I want to see you use your power.
Mutant freak! What was that thing?
His worst nightmare.
Oh dear.
Oh!
I think one of us has the wrong floor.
Oh, Jean, you are...
It's like the worst horror
nuts.
movie ever. The whole mansion's possessed.
It's the best horror movie ever. This is amazing.
Gambit can never unsee that.
What the heck is going on?
We're in hell.
While I share Sinister's apparent affection for Dante's Inferno, I must ask how he's exerting this much power over our perceptions of reality.
No, this is the clone. Roberto, look out!
Yep. I want to see Roberto work. I want to see his powers at play.
Not a Lewis Carroll fan. A little help, please.
I love Hank. I love all of his references. He's just like the smartest.
Yo, Cyclops, hit me.
Ooh. Dope. I love when somebody gets a power up.
Time for an exorcism, punks.
So dope. Bishop is like such a great addition to like have like more involved with everything.
You're welcome.
Demonic Sentinel? Oh, I love it! Is this Comatose Jean or is this Sinister Jean? She looks so dope. Hey, girl.
Jean.
Pathetic. What does he even see in you?
Sinister's controlling you. You don't have to do this.
Who doesn't? Me? Who am I? Say my name, Scott.
Yeah, he can't call her Jean.
I am beyond Jean Grey. I am scorn and fury, forged in righteous brimstone. I am the Goblin Queen.
Goblin Queen? Okay.
This was just a taste of what waits for you if you follow. My suggestion? Don't.
Oh, the voice acting for her is phenomenal.
Sinister's the most evil man who ever existed. He was a scientist in the 1800s. Then he started cutting up mutants, stealing our DNA to enhance himself, prolong his life. He can even take away their will. I should know.
Oh. I remember that from the recap, too.
She must not remember how to entirely control her powers.
How could I lead the team when I can't even protect my own son?
Oh, come on now. That's not fair.
Sinister has plagued us far too long, and it is time the madman pay for his malevolent appropriations.
I'm behind Magneto on this one.
Rogue, Wolverine, Beast, tend to our wounded. I will lead the others in a surgical strike.
Fine.
I'm kind of sure Sinister's expecting that, though, with Morph still being there. Like, he's expecting that to come, them to come and this to happen. Oh god, what is he baking up now?
Do you know why you are my greatest prize? You random, writhing thing of chance.
Are you boiling a baby?
You must be made invulnerable. A new breed
Aww.
of perfect creations will be born this night.
That makes me feel very uneasy seeing a baby just floating in the green water.
Remember, Jean is Sinister's victim too. She's under his control.
Better listen. I know not what I do. I knew you'd follow, Scott. It's all you do. Just ask the professor.
Whoa. Low blow.
I do not want to fight you, comrade.
I don't want to fight you either.
I want to kill you.
I want you to fight for me.
Oh. Never mind. Poor Morph.
Yes, my queen. I am power!
Give us the boy, you brimstone clone.
Brimstone clone. Oh, wow. Oh yeah, they could only make this now. They could not have done this 30 years ago.
I applaud your magnetism, but my telekinetic charm extends beyond mere metal.
Ah!
A villain playing dress up as a hero. I should have you as a toy.
God, Jean is... Goblin Queen, which I think is a stupid name, but it is what it is.
I'm sorry. I didn't want to.
That was dark.
Don't worry. You'll
boy.
bleed too, darling.
Oh.
Come on, Jeannie. Remember how to control it. Concentrate on my mind, Jeannie. Right here. And right here.
I must help.
You will. Remember who you are. What you mean to us.
Oh, Logan.
To me.
Shoot.
Logan, I remember you.
Keep going.
I mean, all that to you.
Oh.
More.
No. That should be Scott, not him. That's definitely wrong.
Scott! He's in danger. I have to go.
Oh, look at her. She put her hair up. She means business.
My body won't be an issue.
Hmm.
This ends now.
Whoa. So delicious.
Of course. You took my face, my husband, my family, and now my mind. Enough violation! I was Phoenix. Power incarnate! Power? Is that all you can remember?
This is giving me cold chills.
Mom and Dad called you to help fix me. They say I think too much.
Don't worry. All I do is think too.
Oh.
Can you tell me who I am? Can you say which of these memories are yours and which are mine? We are what we remember. And you remember nothing. You are nothing!
Interesting. It sounds so bad, but I'm like, hey, there could be one for Scott and one for Logan. Oh, what a wicked animation.
Oh, Scott. Look, he has your eyes. How could I forget? He's a living reminder of the purest love two people can share. And no one can ever take that away from you. This is the greatest moment of my life.
The fact that Jean is doing that for her. Yes. Yes.
Let's go save Nathan.
Oh, poor baby.
If only Xavier's orphans knew the future we have in store for them.
Oh, thank you.
You stay away from our son!
Hey, Dad.
It's over, Sinister.
Is it now? Ladybird, Ladybird, fly away home. Your house is on fire, and your child all gone.
Oh, God.
What does that mean?
Nathan.
Is he dead? Oh, God.
You monster! What have you done?
Go find Hank immediately. I mean, he turned him into Cable. It's like, I mean, not like Cable.
Techno-organic virus strain. It could take months, even years to develop a cure.
So what you're saying is not here, not in our time. But what if there's a cure in yours, Bishop?
Yeah.
In the future, Beast's nearly fixed your time band.
I do know a guy there. Can build anything. This band only got enough juice for Nathan and I.
Meaning, we can't go with you.
Oh, no.
That's a lot of trust.
I won't be like my father. I won't abandon my son.
Oh.
We said we'd give him the best possible future. It's what we promised.
Don't any of you know how it feels to be abandoned?
You're not abandoning him.
I can't be a part of this. I'm sorry.
Well, that's mildly abandoning him right there. I don't know if he realizes that.
No, in our time here, we thought about you endlessly.
Aww.
How your voice would sound, your laughter, how you'd smile. We love you
so much, Nathan, but owe you nothing less than the best possible future. And that is one without us in it.
What are they doing with the other Jean, though?
Wait.
Okay.
This is your home, too. How much do you remember? Most everything. Then you know how much I've wanted to go. To start a new life. We don't know when Sinister switched us. All we have now is the future. An unknowable future built on an unknowable past. My next life will be mine. Take care, Jean. Call me Madeline Pryor.
Okay. Remember that name, Madeline Pryor. I know I've heard it before. I just don't know in what context. Is it the end? Okay, good.
Oh, it's another hot one, Dallas, with no relief in sight.
Shame about the weather.
Ooh.
No summer like a Texas summer. But I wouldn't give if someone could just make it rain.
Who are you?
Name's Forge, Storm. An old friend of Charles Xavier.
All right.
I'd like to help you get back what you've lost.
Same. But typically it's nefarious, so that's not great. It could be sinister for all we know. I mean, you guys know how this is gonna go. I don't. Okay, I still don't know anything about the previous series, and then, there's still stuff that's probably confusing to me, but I'm so happy I watched that recap. And looked up the name before I started, because that just connected everything. I didn't think that our Jean was the clone. I don't want to say our Jean, because obviously she's not our Jean. The Jean that had Nathan. Obviously, the Jean that has Nathan is not the real Jean. So that should have been a clue. Yeah. Oh, poor Nathan. But, him traveling into the future and Bishop trying to help him and Scott just saying, you don't know what it's like to feel abandoned. And then walking away from him was kind of abandonment, Scott. You need to be there for your child and, express how much you love and care for somebody and do what's best for them, not necessarily what's best for you. But that was a beautiful moment with Jean, sharing everything with Nathan and having that telepathic moment between the both of them. That is so sad. But I was just I'm not really good at remembering all the villains. I feel like the one that I know the most obviously is going to be Magneto and Apocalypse, but I forgot about Sinister. And I saw the diamond in the vision and I was like, oh my god, I know it was in the recap too. And what a piece of work. Now, the Goblin Queen is amazing. Her power was insane, and it took another Jean to inception her brain to make her remember Nathan being born and her being happy and wanting to save Scott, and them both remembering meeting Charles. And would Jean remember having Nathan? I don't know. She said she has all of her memories back. I don't know what I'm trying to do right there anyways. Let's forget I even said that. But the Jean going off and wanting to be free of the X-Men and going off on her own, I think that's good. I was like, oh, there could be one for Scott and one for Logan, and what a horrible thing for me to even put out there, because it's not like that's the only choice that Jean could have. Obviously Jean wanted something different. And her leaving one is kind of a good thing, because we can't keep saying clone Jean, Goblin Queen. Morph being affected by Sinister before, and seeing the face, the bags under his eyes and all that stuff was again from the recap. I'm so happy I watched it. Oh my god, I'm so happy I watched it. But the absolute house of horrors that she created was phenomenal. Oh, the animation in that. It looked very 1996, but very new age at the same time. They did a really perfect mix with that. Rogue and Magneto not being around for it. Gambit seeing what he saw. Obviously, it was they were seeing the most horrific thing they possibly could. And obviously, Rogue and Magneto being together is something that would really bother Gambit. Roberto seeing his mother as a monster and being ashamed that he's a mutant and everything, obviously is his worst nightmare. I don't know why Beast saw the big throw up blobby thingy in the elevator, but like maybe like a thing that he can't control, or I don't know. But I really loved them fighting in their minds. I don't know if it's their minds necessarily or in Jean's mind, but the power up that Bishop gets to take out all of like the Dante's Inferno creatures, the little winged monkeys and whatnot, winged beasts. Really, really, really super cool. Now, obviously, our Jean is going to have to recover from everything that she's been through. Like, they have to kind of like live without Nathan, and Scott's definitely gonna have a hard time with that, especially, you know, people who have been abandoned by their parents. The last thing they want to do is repeat the cycle of that. And I know that he's going to be consumed with guilt also because he's Scott. So he's the one that has like the most outward, he's the most outward feeling male X-Men that we have. And like, he's very expressive with it. Well, besides Gambit. Gambit is very much a lover on the outside. But you know, Scott's the one, he's the tortured soul of the group, really is. And of course, you know, Wolverine connecting with Jean and knowing, you know, Logan's real feelings for her is always not great. I'm not a fan of a love triangle ever. And I would love for Logan just to meet a girl that is somebody special to him and not somebody special to Scott, and let Scott and Jean have their life together and make their way. But now, you know, I don't really know what's next, because I'm like, okay, is the next episode going to have to do with Sinister? Is it going to have to do with, I want to keep wanting to say Mega Mold, but it's, can't think of it. You know, is it going to be Friends of Humanity? Is, you know, are we coming to a culmination of all of these things? I'm not sure. But definitely I am enjoying the series, and I really liked that whole entire storyline. I could watch the Goblin Queen do anything. But I do think Sinister will be back. I don't think that we're done with him at all by any means. So, but I want more on Roberto's story. I want to see his powers at play. I want to see him actually use them, because to me, that's really exciting, is to see something new. And I don't know if we're going to have Bishop jumping back and forth through time, or if we're going to actually get Cable older. What sucks is that having Scott and Jean as your influence as your parents would make you turn out to be either the most amazing human being ever, or like the most rebellious person ever. And unfortunately, like, we don't have them influencing Nathan to become a good person necessarily. Not that Cable's a bad person, but I feel like having them around would really have shaped him a different way. So I'm so excited to see how they're going to do that. If they're even going to do anything with that for the rest of the season, I will be extremely pleased. And then of course at the end with Storm and having Forge, I think was his name, saying like, I can help you get your powers back. And like, she had a lot of hope in her eyes. And that's kind of scary, because somebody who has a lot of hope is more easily to trust people that they shouldn't. And I don't want that for her. I don't want anyone to take advantage of her. I don't want anyone to experiment on her. And I don't want anyone to prey on the fact that she is broken right now. And if it is true and she is able to get her powers back, that would make me happy. I just don't want it to be at the hands of like somebody like Sinister. Yeah. Okay. So if you guys want to watch the full-length reaction to this episode, it will be available on my Patreon and up to one episode early. But in the meantime, like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Ooh-wee. I'm so happy I looked up his name. Did y'all freak out when you heard Nathan? I know, like, I'm sure the comments on, because episode 2 has not gone up on Patreon quite yet as I'm filming this one. So I'm wondering if everybody is like, it's Cable! Well, what are you gonna do? Sorry. Yeah, but I mean, did you guys freak out when they said his name? And then did you know immediately that Jean was the clone, or was a clone, and that Sinister was involved? Because quite frankly, that from the recap is like, oh, I think this is a great way to just make Jean his mom. And instead they kept it to where it was the clone, and they stayed true to the comics. So awesome. Awesome. What do you guys think about I want to say the House of Horrors, but like I thought that was really, really dope. I love the darkness of it. I love how creepy it was. I was a big fan. But are you guys ready to see Roberto's powers being used for something? Because I'm tired of waiting. I want to know, and I want to know now. Because I'm impatient. And definitely like the memories that we had with Xavier. I mean, I felt like it's 110 degrees outside in Vegas here today, and I can't run my air conditioning when I'm watching stuff, and I still got a cold chill. So if they could just keep doing that during every episode, I will feel just dandy and fresh, because like I'm starting to warm up right now. Which is why the hair is up, because I cannot wear my hair down. I'd be sweating like a beast. An intelligent blue beast that we all know and love. Anyways, guys. Tangent. I'm really looking forward to the next episode. One, because they didn't really leave us with a cliffhanger other than Storm. So I don't know really where to go. I mean, it had Jean and Scott like staring at each other in like their broken room. So I don't know like what their reconciliation is, or how they come back together, or if it's a loving relationship, or if it's awkward because now he's been with another woman, even though it was the same woman, different woman who's just get remarried, go on a honeymoon, you know, make a whole new life and all new memories, and then you don't have to worry about it. I don't think that's going to happen, but one could wish. All right, guys. I'm actually going to watch the next episode right now because I don't want to wait. But you have to wait a week unless you want to see an episode early. If you're currently watching this on YouTube, you can watch the next episode on Patreon. So guys, and as of now, I don't even have the shirt in hand yet, but I do have t-shirts that are in the style of X-Men 97 on the website, which is linked down below as well. So if you guys are interested in buying those merch-wise, it is designed by our lovely Nathanael, who is editing these. So help us out, help Nathanael out, you know, have some fun with it. Get an extra large, wear it as a nightgown if you're me, or, you know, get a small and wear it as a muscle tee to the gym and then post photos of it. All right, guys. I'm delirious. I'm going to turn the air conditioning on for like 20 minutes and then film the next episode. Okay, guys. I'll see ya.